Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Before we start, let us all stand for our opening prayer. Let us put that activities set for these undertakings be successful. We ask you to open our eyes to see wonderful things from these activities. We ask you to open our ears so that we may retain the invaluable knowledge. Open our minds for us to think wisely. Put us with understanding, cooperation, and peace in fulfilling our responsibilities. Open our hearts so that we may receive your everlasting love, and open our spirit so that we may know that you are with us all throughout the day. We ask all these in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Let's take our seat.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to acknowledge the presence of our attendees. Please raise your right hand if your name was called. For our BAC members, Mr. Nuni Domingo Quinto, BAC Chairperson, Engineer Armedo Arenas, Regular Member, Engineer Jerry Tandok, Provisionary Member, Engineer John Liwanag, and User for Infrastructure Projects, Ms. Madel Cruz, and User for Goods and Services Projects, Engineer Deverly Niser, and User for Sorby Equipment. For our BAC TWG members, Engineer Fernando Casapanan, Engineer Sir Alan Abulencia, Engineer John Edward Islao, and Architect Isadora Portuguese. For our BAC Secretariat members, headed by yours truly, Consuelo Cruz, Mr. J. Natividad, Engineer John Brian Ganancial, Mr. Abelardo Barberan. That's all, sir.
Okay, good afternoon, fellow BAC members. Scheduled for this afternoon's activity are the following. We have a opening of a canvas for goods and services, and after the opening, we have scheduled a pre-bid conference. But before we will proceed with that activities, may I ask first the Secretariat if we have a quorum for this opening of bids.
The BAC regular members and the provisionary members are present, so we have a quorum, sir.
Okay, thank you for that information. Since we have a quorum, we will proceed as scheduled. This meeting is called to order. Okay, Secretariat, please.
Okay, for our first project with request for quotation number RFQ-25-06-006 with project name calibration of survey equipment used in the Pangasinan Fort DEO office with purchase request number PR 2025-06-020 with approved budget for the contract equal to 368,156 pesos and 25 centavos. The end user will be the planning and design section with delivery period equal to 30 calendar days. And for our second project with request for quotation number RFQ-25-06-007 with project name procurement of minor equipment or PPE for maintenance crew or calamity responders, work category number 10, and for roadside maintenance, work category number 17 along national roads within the 3rd Congressional District of Pangasinan with purchase request number PR 2025-06-018 with approved budget for the contract equal to 554,500 pesos. End user will be the maintenance section with delivery period equal to 60 calendar days.
Okay, may I ask the BAC Secretariat to assist the BAC members to extract the canvas for the first project with RFQ number 006. We have one canvas to be opened. And for contract ID number RFQ 25-06-007, we have two canvas. Okay, sir, you may now proceed with the opening of the proposals.
Okay, we will proceed with the opening of the quotation proposal submitted by Sorbitic, our loan supplier for project number 1, or RFQ-25-06-006. Okay, the contents of the envelope submitted by Sorbitic Trading for technical documents we have here. DTI certificate, mayor's permit, certificate of PhilJEP's registration, platinum membership, 3 pages, tax clearance certificate, audited financial statements, and for the financial documents, we have here the quotation proposal. And the offer of Sorbitic for this particular project is 361,350 pesos only.
Complete.
Okay, we will proceed with proposal number 2, 25-06-007. For this particular project, we receive a quotation proposals for 2 different suppliers in the name of Oriental Sales Center and Contractor, and the other one is Winmark General Merchandise. Okay, I will open first the quotation proposal submitted by Oriental Sales Center. Okay, the contents of the envelope submitted by Oriental Sales Center and Contractor are the following. For the technical documents, we have here DTI certificate, business permit, certificate of PhilJEP's registration, platinum membership, 3 pages, tax clearance certificate, audited financial statements. For the financial documents, we have here the quotation proposal submitted by Oriental Sales Center and the offer of Oriental Sales Center and Contractor for this particular project is 547,200 pesos only. Okay, that's correct.
Complete.
Okay, for our second bidder, Winmark General Merchandise. Okay, the contents of the envelope submitted by Winmark General Merchandise for this particular project are the following. We have here for the technical documents, we have here DTI certificate, business permit, certificate of PhilJEPS registration, platinum membership, 3 pages. Tax clearance certificate. Audited financial statements. And for the financial documents, we have here the quotation proposal submitted by Winmark General Merchandise. And the offer of Winmark for this particular project is 549,850 pesos only. Okay, that's correct.
Complete.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have just concluded the opening of bid proposal for 3 different suppliers, and we will now proceed with the pre-bid conference for one. Is it goods and services project? Okay.
Okay, private conference for contract ID number 25GAJ0009. The purpose of this private conference is to discuss, clarify, and explain the different aspects of the project of the procuring entity with the prospective bidders. Guidelines held at least 12 calendar days before the deadline for bid submission, but not earlier than 7 calendar days from the advertisement or posting of bid opportunity. Required for procurement projects with ABC of equal to or more than 1 million pesos. For our contract data, contract ID number 25GAJ0009 with contract name, procurement of various materials for use in maintenance activity in various DPWH Pangasinan 4th District Engineering Office, service vehicle and equipment with source of fund, DEO 2025 with ABC equal to 1,604,050 pesos. The items to be procured are the following. For Toyota pickup, top up, fog light, car stereo, car tint, windshield glass, car repainting, brake pad, brake drum, tire outer casing size 285 by 65 by 18. For Toyota pickup 4x4, tire outer casing size 285 by 65 by 17, tubeless. For AAS 7845, ball joint, tie rod, and rocker arm, linkage stabilizer, lever for installation of parts, wheel alignment, headlight bulb, outer casing size 265 by 17, power window lock, AC replacement including lever for installation, timing belt, valve cover gasket, tensioner bearing, oil seal, injector seal, fan belt, brake cleaner, radiator. For coolant, ATF, brake fluid, oil seal, lever, and parts for fuel tank gauge repair. Lever for installation of parts. For ABP 9050 aircon system repair and cleaning, radiator, horn, fog light, lever labor door lock sensor, idler arm, aircon system repair and cleaning, compressor, radiator cap, ball joint upper, ball joint lower, bell crank, drag link, tie rod end, lever for installation of parts and wheel alignment. For FBL 300, lever and parts for alternator repair, injection pump calibration with 4-piece nozzle, power steering belt, lever parts and materials for electrical system repair. SFT 282, car floor matting, power steering hose, radiator overhaul cleaning, radiator hose, brake shoe, brake pad, aircon system repair and cleaning, power steering belt, aircon belt, o-ring, fan belt, transmission release bearing, rain sensor, rain visor, ball joint, tie rod end, upper link suspension shaft bushing, upper suspension bushing, pitman arm, idler arm, stabilizer bushing, spring bushing, power steering, transmission support. SFT 282, again, cross joint, oil seal, transmission, center bearing, proper propeller shaft, lever for installation of center bearing and cross joint, air blower, concrete cutter blade, power spring. For Toyota commuter, tire outer casing with size 235 by 70 by 16R, tubeless, with contract duration equal to 90 calendar days. For supplemental or bid bulletin issued by back to answer request for clarification, query submitted 10 calendar days before deadline or interpretation, and upon back initiate to clarify or modify any provision of bidding documents at least 7 calendar days before the deadline for bids. Posted and Phil Jepson procuring entity's website and at any conspicuous place within the premises of the procuring entity. Bidders who have submitted bids before the issuance of supplemental or bid bulletin must be informed in writing and allowed to modify or withdraw the respective bids. For eligibility requirements, Class A documents. Legal documents, valid PhilJobs registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages, or registration certificate from Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, Department of Trade and Industry for sole proprietorship or Cooperative Development Authority for cooperative or its equivalent documents. Mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of the business of the prospective bidder is located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zones or areas. In cases of recently expired mayor's or business permits, it shall be accepted together with the official receipt as proof that the bidder has applied for renewal within the period prescribed by the concerned local government unit, provided that the renewed permit shall be submitted as a post-qualification requirement. Tax clearance for Executive Order Number 398, Series of 2005, as finally reviewed and approved by the BIR. For technical documents, statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature, in complexity to the contract to be bid, and statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided for in Section 23.4.1.3 and 23.4.2.4 of the 2016 Revised IR of RA 9184, within the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents. Original copy of bid security, if in the form of surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration, and conformity with the technical specifications, which may include production or delivery schedule, manpower requirements, and or after sales or parts, if applicable, and original duly signed omnibus sworn statement, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. For financial documents, the supplier's audited financial statement showing, among others, the supplier's total and current assets and liabilities, stamped or received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission, and the prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity, NFCC, or a committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank in lieu of its NFCC computation. As per GPPB Resolution Number 18-2017, in lieu of the Class A eligibility documents which were uploaded and maintained current and updated in PhilJeps, bidders are required to submit their PhilJeps Certificate of Registration, Platinum membership during bid submission in the case of goods projects pursuant to Section 25.2 B.I. of the 2016 Revised IR of RA 9184. Class B documents for joint venture if applicable. Submission and receipt of bids. The contents of first envelope, the technical proposal, must have the following: PhilJeps Certificate of Registration, DTI Certificate or SEC, Mayor's Permit, Tax Clearance Certificate, Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, Statement of SLCC, Bid Securing Declaration, Production or Delivery Schedule, Manpower Requirements, Audited Financials, Manpower Requirements, Omnibus Return Statement, Audited Financial Statement, and Net Financial Contracting Capacity, NFCC computation. For bid security, the bid validity period or bid security validity period is equal to 120 calendar days from the date of submission of bids. The contents of second envelope, the financial proposal, are the following: bid form must be in accordance with the form prescribed in Section 9, bidding forms of bidding documents, and price schedule. Bids must be received by the procuring entities back at the address and on or before the date and time indicated in the bid data sheet. Any bid submitted after the deadline for submission and receipt of bids prescribed by the procuring entity pursuant to Instruction to Bidder Clause 18 shall be declared late and shall not be accepted by the procuring entity. For bid evaluation, the financial component of the bids of each past bidder shall be evaluated using non-discretionary criteria, including arithmetical corrections for computational errors, and thus determine the correct total calculated bid prices. The BAC shall automatically disqualify any total calculated bid price which exceeds the ABC. These are the following factors in considering the evaluation of bid prices. For post-qualification, verification of legal requirements such as licenses, certificates, permits, and non-inclusion and blacklists. Verification of technical requirements, especially single largest completed contract SLCC similar to the contract, performance in ongoing government and private contracts, authenticity and correctness of bid security, and conformity with the technical specification. For financial requirements, audited financial statement, especially current assets and liabilities, and updated NFCC versus ABC. For contract award, the contract shall be awarded to the bidder whose bid has been determined to be the lowest calculated and responsive bid, LCRB, as a result of the detailed evaluation and post-qualification conducted. The successful bidder shall be notified through the issuance of notice of award within the bid validity period and must be confirmed by the successful bidder in writing within 10 days upon receipt thereof in accordance with Section 37.2.2 of the 2016 Revised IR of RA 9184. Common reasons for rejection of bids, ineligibility in post-disqualification of bidders. Failure to submit original copy of surety bond certified by the Insurance Commission indicating the name of project, the procuring entity, in the name of contractor. Shorter bid validity and bid security validity period. Failure to indicate the validity of bid in the bid form. Late submission of bid. Delay in the partial delivery of goods amounting to 10% of the contract price and its ongoing government and private contracts, and unsatisfactory performance of the supplier's obligations as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection. Common errors in the submission of bids, incomplete pages of bid documents, the technical and financial, authority of the signatory to sign on behalf of the bidder. For a single proprietor, signatory should be the owner or proprietor only. For corporation or cooperative, board secretary certificate and board resolution. For joint venture resolution or agreement. And for partnership, as indicated in the articles of partnership. The vendors, for this one goods and services project, the deadline for submission of bids will be on July 10, 2025 at 10 a.m. Deadline for submission of clarification, 10 days before submission of bids. Number of copies of bid proposal, 1 original copy only in the place of submission of bids, DPWH Pangasinan 4th District Engineering Office, Tulyao, Santa Barbara, Pangasinan. That's all, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Back Secretariat, for that presentation. Would you please remind the attendees on our next procurement activity?
For our next procurement activity, on July 1, 2025, we will be conducting private conference for one infrastructure project at 2 p.m., sir. Yun lang po.
Okay, thank you for that information. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our activities this afternoon just ended, and also our live streaming on YouTube. This meeting is now adjourned. Thank you for your coming, and we'll see you again on July 1 for our next procurement activity.